let me just go ahead and put the question out here. Does a wife have to submit to an abusive man in order to get the gospel out as she is holding fast to Christ? The answer is no. And remember, it's the context of 1 Peter that gives us our solve here. It's the context of 1 Peter that helps us here. In her submission to her husband, she is a picture of how the church relates to the world. The church is the pillar and buttress of truth. So the answer is no. For a woman to adorn herself in sin, either in being passive or not calling it out or submitting to it, she is painting a picture of a church that won't do church discipline. The church doesn't adorn herself in the gospel by putting up with blatant sin. It does the work of removing sin. The church is concerned with how a person's sin will appear before a holy God. So she desires people the church desires people to make themselves ready to stand before this God. Not by hiding sin, but by exposing sin and calling people to walk in holiness. So putting up with abuse or submitting to a husband who is overtly subjecting you to a sinful situation does nothing for preparing his heart to stand before a holy God. Let me say this. Let me say it again. If you are a woman in here and you are enduring abuse and subjecting yourself to abuse, what we want to say to you is putting up with abuse or submitting to a husband who is overtly subjecting you to a sinful situation does nothing for preparing his heart to stand before a holy God. It's not loving him. Expose him. Expose him.